Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you.
Okay, hi there everybody, it's Wycliffe here. I just thought I'd come online for a short while and do a live video talk or whatever you want to call it, because I haven't been on for a while and I kind of need to tell you why as well, tell you why that is, I was in hospital. I was having surgery a couple of weeks ago, so I've been in hospital, and since then, I'm home and I'm recovering, etc. I hope I'm recovering. It would appear that I'm recovering really well. Thank God for the NHS, and everything is fine. So I just thought, just to try and get my head into things again, because, like I say, I've been away for 2 weeks. And everything's happening, isn't it? Everything's happening with Xplane 12. Here we are at Cardiff. I'm not going to do any flying or anything. I'm just here whilst I do this real talk. Everything is happening in Xplane 12. It is just moving so fast at the moment. And of course, we've got not only we've got Xplane 12, but we've got MSFS, and people are saying, "Oh, MSFS is taking over. It's ruling the world," and all the rest of it. And it may well be, but I don't care about that because I'm an Xplane user. I will always be an Xplane user. And at the moment, I'm in the process of kind of getting stuff out of Xplane 11 and putting it into Xplane 12 and getting my Xplane 12 up to a position where I can fly it almost permanently. Now I think we're in beta 14. A way I can show you this, there is, I can never remember how to do it, like, main menu, no that's not it, we'll resume last flight. There is a way of me showing you which one I'm in, but I know that this is beta 14 anyway, I don't need to show you anything like that. Now surprisingly, for those of you new to Xplane, a friend of mine, close friend of mine, he converted from P3D to Xplane 11 around about 6 months ago, and Xplane 11 is his daily driver, it's what he flies all the time. But yesterday he installed Xplane 12. He bought his license and he installed Xplane 12, and he's bought it on Steam. Now, I was not aware of this because I always thought that Steam was when you first installed something from Steam, you got the base installation, so to speak, and then you had to wait for updates. But in actual fact, he got his license key, inputted it, and started doing the download and etc. And he actually ended up with Xplane 12 beta 14. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that Steam seems to be getting the betas a lot quicker than it used to, which is good, which is a good thing. So I'm just looking at this star field and trying to find any constellations that I recognise. It might be a bit too early in the evening. I'm sure I saw Orion somewhere, Orion's belt, but it might be a bit early in the evening for that. But one thing I will tell you is the constellations, the stars are accurate. there's an accurate star field, because I have seen Orion's belt, and I've seen the plough and a couple of other things as well. North Star. Ah, there's the plough. Is that the plough? Yeah. Great Bear. I think that might be the Great Bear there. So Orion is somewhere around here. Can't pick it out just yet. But the moon there is in the correct phase. I was out earlier, and that is the correct phase of the moon for this time of the year and this date, which is what, the 27th of November, isn't it? No, it's the 28th of November. Well, that is the correct phase of the moon. It's in the correct location, etc. in the sky at the moment. So pretty cool. Now, Xplane 11. My friend was saying, oh, I wish the lighting in the cities was different, more colourful. And as you can see in Xplane 12, oh, there's a police car there. Xplane 12, they've actually done that, so it's not just sodium lighting or LED lighting, it's a combination of both, which looks really cool indeed. Some of the white buildings they're not accurate, they're wrong, there's something wrong there. It's probably something to do with my custom scenery. But looking into Cardiff, got the Millennium Stadium, which is looking good. So, quite a bit happening with Xplane 12. If we go to, we go over here, and let's have a look at, Xplane.org. So for this week, Xplane 12 news, Beta 14 has been released, we know that. Payware releases, the Airbus A340 600 by tow, this has been updated. There's this thing called World Wind Turbines, and I thought, that looks interesting, but in actual fact it's just wind turbines all over the world. Wherever they are in the world, that's where they are. And I wasn't too sure about that, you know, for nearly $10. I wasn't too sure that that would be something that I would want. France Forest, now, once again, payware. The forests within Xplane 12 are actually quite good, and I'm not quite sure whether, you know, you'd want to purchase more for $10. I wouldn't. Flying Low, the Xplane 12 handbook. Now, we've had these handbooks out before. There was one for Xplane 11, and I think Threshold did one. And I'm really not too sure about this, because you can find out all of this stuff in the manual, in the Xplane 12 manual. Stuff like this you might not be able to find about simulator configurations, but you know, it's not too difficult. It's not something insurmountable. I like how they've done some stuff in here. I mean, but all of this stuff you can find out about. A lot of this is in the manual, and if it's not in the manual, it's on YouTube and in the internet, so you know, you might have to wonder about that. In terms of freeware developer, there's a Cessna 152 that's being done. This is freeware. This obviously is looking at the instruments, and they're working on that, so it's in development. Might be a bit of way off yet. What else? There's a Cessna 182, clear flight Boeing 737. Here is a brief progress report on the 737-100, and that is definitely a work in progress. There's progress, some grey renders, clearly they've been working on that. But it's good, you know, it's all good. What else? Some nice freeware files. New Zealand. This New Zealand one, this looks absolutely breathtaking. These are all the airports of New Zealand, and not only that, it's he made airports for Xplane 11, and then what he's doing is converting them for Xplane 12. So I mean, I'm not quite sure where that is. It's probably Wellington, but that looks amazing. I mean, look at that groundwork, taxi lines and everything. A lot of work's gone into that. Here's another one, and he's updated these for Xplane 12. Obviously, you can see the water on there, and he's done some property here. That looks like a garage, horticultural garage maybe, something. But yeah, that is a nice package that's been done, and it's freeware. I haven't downloaded the file yet myself. Now you need to use OpenScenery-X. Now, and the thing is, OpenScenery-X is supposed to be updated to Xplane 12, but when you download it, you download the new installer, it still says Xplane 11. Now, I installed it into my Xplane 12 because it's supposed to be an Xplane 12 version. I'm assuming it is. It would be really nice if they changed the labeling on it so that we could actually see that it is, rather than trying to guess. That's something maybe Nicholas can sort out at xplane.org. As for payware developers, all the payware developers now with aircraft are trying to sort things out apart from I&I builds, and we know what happened there, and I'm not going to go into it in any great detail, but I&I builds have allegedly jumped ship and they're no longer supporting Xplane. And once again, it's all down to money. That is just all down to money. People can't go where the money is. You kind of understand that a little bit. It just doesn't sit very well with the rest of us. We're not happy about that. But this is what people do. If they're a business, they want to make money, and that's what they do. Like I say, it doesn't sit well with all that. Oh, there's the aircraft carrier out in the Bristol Channel. This is a bit weird. I have landed on there. I landed a Cessna on there for fun and giggles, as we say. So really, that's it. There's a lot going on in Xplane 12. If you haven't got it yet, I would say get it. You can. At the moment, I mean, this is base 14. You haven't got the full release candidate yet, but the improved FPS with this is phenomenal. I'm running on a pretty old machine now, and hopefully I'll be updating the machine in the next few weeks, month or so. But the frames I'm getting in complex aircraft, no problem at all. Flying the A321 with weather, real world weather, with no problems at all, maintaining something like 35 frames per second, which is more than enough. More than enough, because Xplane is optimized at just above 20 to remain online with VATSIM. So yeah, all is good. So there you go, short video, mostly because I just wanted to say why my output has been so low. I've been in hospital, not been well for the last 18 months, but nothing debilitating in so much, but that's kind of slowed me down. MPLO, good evening, how are you? But it is what it is. But I'm better. Many thanks to the NHS, because they did a fantastic job. Those of you who think of kind of state healthcare as thin end of socialism, you need to get your head out of your backside and stop paying those exorbitant fees and insurance costs, etc. over in the United States. Social healthcare for everybody is the way to go. I went into hospital on a Friday morning, had my surgery Friday afternoon, and left hospital on Sunday. 3 meals a day, tea and coffee whenever I wanted, and I walked out of the hospital and I wasn't charged a penny. So, that's what it's about. Anyway, hopefully within the next few weeks I'll try to get my video content back up to normal, start filming some reviews, etc. And yeah, I'll see you in the near future. Thanks for sticking around, those of you who have stuck around with me. Also, might even do some MSFS stuff only because my position on MSFS from several weeks ago has changed, and the only reason it's changed is because somebody, Mo Media, who I've known for a long time, and he was one of the early beta testers. He was right at the beginning of the beta testing for MSFS. He came online one evening when I was messing around with it and saying how bad I thought it was, and he gave me some settings, gave me some tweaks and settings which completely and utterly changed the sim. And whilst it will never become my full-time simulator, Xplane is where I do my flying for all sorts of reasons. One mostly is the fidelity of the aircraft and the flight model is the other reason. Xplane will always be my go-to flight simulator, but I must admit, since I've had those settings given to me from No Media, MSFS 2020 is a whole different kettle of fish. And I will use it, but mostly probably VFR or sightseeing, going somewhere and having a look. Interestingly enough, there's a video I watch on YouTube called Matt's Off-Road Recovery, which is in a place called Hurricane in Utah. I think it's Utah, yeah. And I actually found Matt's Off-Road Recovery in Utah in MSFS 2020, I think. MSFS in 2020, which was quite remarkable. I mean, I've seen my house and I've been to my mate's house and I've flown all over Cardiff. Yeah, fine. But when you go off and you go and find where somebody is in Hurricane, Utah, northern Utah, and then you find it in the sim. So I probably will use 2020 as an expensive sightseeing app. Certainly not my main go-to flying simulator. It'll always be this. Anyway, there you go, guys. I hope you're well made. What XP11 add-ons would you recommend getting from the store? Oh, right. If you're a new user, right, when you say add-ons, what do you mean? Do you mean aircraft, do you mean scenery, or do you mean utilities and applications? So you've got to be careful. If it's aircraft, get the Tolis A319 and the A321, okay? And if you can afford it, get the Tolis A340. Right? They're absolutely superb aircraft. If you're going for Boeing, obviously you're going to get the Boeing Zevo Mod 737-800, which is free. That's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but it's free, and it is the best 737 out there. Way, way better than PMDG, better than anything else on P3D FSX 2020, Aerofly or anything. The Zevo Mod 737-800 is superb. If you want something a little bit larger, then you go for the flight factor 757. You've already got the 757, and you've already got the 320. So, looking for a larger aircraft, I would go for the A340, and then, if you really want to get into it, go for the Felis 747. Absolutely incredible aircraft. I did a review on it. It is an amazing aircraft. It takes a bit of time getting used to it, getting used to using it, but it is absolutely superb. And then, of course, the Rotate MD-11, all of which I've done videos on my channel of. I've done the MD-11. I did a whole series of videos on that, and I'm just looking for. Where is it? Where is it? Bear with me. I'm having trouble finding it. I know it's here. Where the hell's that gone? A321. I'm just looking for the video for you. Oh. I can't find it. Bear with me. I know it's here. So there's all the MD11 stuff. The CRJ. Oh. This is weird. It's on there. I know it is. Because I did the Fellas 747. There's that many videos on there, I just can't find them all. A340. I will find it, I'll dig it out. I'm not happy. Gosh. I know what I can do. I need to go like this. It's big. Yeah, so I can see what I'm looking at. MD11. Rotate. CRD. I will dig it out and find it. But look for that. The Fellas 747. It is absolutely awesome. The A310 as well. Where is it? Isn't that annoying when you can't find something? I'm seeing videos here from 2 years ago, but I can't see. It's not that long ago. A couple of months back. Anyway, we'll find that. We'll find it. But and if you really want a nice aircraft, you want a general aviation aircraft, have a look at Airfoil Labs Cessna 172. That's a good video. That's a good aircraft. Aha! I found it. Right, so I'm going to put the link in the bottom here. It says, hopefully. There we go. Alright, so yeah, MD11. The MD11 is superb, especially now, you know, it's had all the updates. I'm not too, the ERJs are not that good for me. Pucker, hi Pucker, how are you? Alright, there's the link for the 747 from Fearless. I mean, I'm sure you've got better pushback and ABS and, you know, all that stuff. And then finally, of course, the go-to application at the moment is Navigraph's new charts application, because they've repackaged it. And it works seamlessly with Simbri, because they've also bought Simbri, or they've licensed Simbri to work with Navigraph, and it just looks superb. I don't know whether you've seen it. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you. There we go, Navigraph charts. So they've completely changed this now. Let's search for LEMD. Okay, so LEMD, Madrid, yeah, and look at all of their charts here. The approach, procedures. Unload that lot. Search LEMD, yeah. So let's have a look at their charts here. Initial approach. If we just look at a quick chart, look at that. Absolutely wonderful. That's the initial approach chart into runway 18. When I used to fly to Madrid on a regular basis, because my daughter was living out there, we come this way on this here. This approach straight in, run it, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. You go right around the city from over here, right around, and So you find them approach charts, and you can put it overlay it over the chart. Yeah. So you'd have your route coming in wherever you've done your route from coming in. There. This is like the previous flight that I did to Larnaca, runway 04. Yeah. And we superimpose that over the flight. So there's my flight plan. Yeah, and there's the approach chart. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, there's so much more you can do with it. Create flight plans, importing from SimBrief the lot. It's absolutely superb, brilliant. So yeah, that would be my deal. What are you writing here? The MD-11 is 50 quid right now. Yeah, it's not cheap, but it is fantastic. It's not cheap, but it is fantastic. And it's Xplane 12 ready as well. Solid stuff, yeah. If I can find my MD quickly. I've got that many aircraft, there it is. See if it'll load up. Yeah, it's funny, the MD-11, my mate's bought it and he has trouble, not trouble, but landing it. He tends to float it a little bit. I've never had that problem because with the MD-11, I mean, you're supposed to land it. You're not supposed to come in too gradually. You've got to land it properly, kind of thing. Thump it onto the runway. I've never had a problem with it at all. But he tends to float it a little bit. But it is a superb aircraft. It just looks so good. Everything about it. The MD-11 was one of the first aircraft to have a fly-by-wire. Yeah, so slightly different. Excuse me, slightly different from Airbus, but it was also one of the first aircraft to have a glass cockpit as well. Absolutely superb, massively overpowered with those three engines of it that it's got, but absolutely superb aircraft. You could not, you can't get any better in my view. If you want a freighter, then that's the one. Do you like my splash screen there? That's Xplane 12C. I turned the wave height up a bit and made the weather look rough. But yeah. So I think, whoops, there we go. Here we go. The MD-11. The overhead. I mean, look at that. I mean, it just looks lovely. And I don't know whether you can see my mouse on screen here, but I mean, just look at this, all this weathering texture in here on the yoke. Yeah, you've got the sheepskin seat covers, but also the floor is all scratched. You can see on the rudder pedals where they're scratched. When you get in really close, there's dirt. Oops. There's dirt on the FMC. Yeah, you see all the scratches and marks here. Absolutely lovely. It is a highly underrated aircraft. It is. I love it. I think it's superb. I really like it. Oops. My external views messed up a bit. There's all my internal views. Let's get outside and have a look. It's just awesome. Let's try change the livery. What should we put it in? I tend to fly FedEx when I fly it, and it, just absolutely fabulous aircraft. There we go. When you get it close, see the rivets in it, see where the windows were supposed to be. Just looks so good there. Oops. You look at that gear. Detail of the gear there. Marvellous. Oops. Yeah, I mean, this is once again. Actually, let me show you this, right? You'll like this. Look at these flaps, like bandos. Look at the detail there, you see. Good detail under the wing, the slats have come forward. Yeah, hydraulics, gearing. Just using the joystick. Look at the size of them. Full flat there. Absolutely superb. Right, let's just watch the. Let's go back now. See the slats going in at the front, flaps at the rear. Detail is superb. Oops, let's get down here a bit. Air brakes there. Pretty cool, eh? There we go. Anyway, it's only supposed to be a quick video. I hope it's been helpful, AM. Yeah, you want to spend your money, this is where you want to spend it, believe me. It's a beauty to fly as well. It's really, really good. You know, it's like, I mean, it handles almost like a. It handles almost like, not a Cessna. I'm not going to say it handles like a Cessna. It doesn't. But when you hand fly it, it just feels wonderful. It really does feel absolutely superb. Anyway, there you go, my friend. Short video, and hope it's been useful. Some of you have found it useful. And, you know, just remember the blue side up and happy flying. Take care. Cheerio now.